Hi, I'm James Lowe.
And I'm Justine Murphy, and this is Light Matters for May 28, 2014.
On this week's show, an optical scanner shines new light on the brain, a new terahertz technique determines paint thickness, and an ultra-thin lens makes IR imagers more affordable.
The next generation of optical neuroimaging has the ability to study areas of the brain that MRI and PET technologies cannot, making it potentially more effective. Diffuse optical tomography, or DOT, is a brain scanning technology that tracks a person's brain activity using dozens of tiny LED lights. Unlike MRI and PET methods, DOT avoids radiation exposure, allowing for multiple scans to be performed safely over time to monitor patients' progress during treatment of brain injuries, developmental disorders, and neurodegenerative disorders. The method has been in the works for more than a decade, the researchers say, but until recently it was limited to small regions of the brain. Now, DOT can cover 2/3 of the head, imaging brain processes in multiple regions and networks, such as those involved with language processing and daydreaming. The technique works by detecting light transmitted through the head and capturing dynamic color changes in brain tissue. DOT does not penetrate very deeply, only about 1 centimeter. However, that centimeter contains some of the brain's most important areas and higher functions, including memory, language, and self-awareness. This technology could be used in deep brain stimulation studies of patients with Parkinson's disease, as well as imaging and studying the brain during social interactions or when a patient is under general anesthesia during cardiac or other surgeries. The research is published in Nature Photonics.
A new method for characterizing coats of paint can help prevent rust and may have health and safety applications as well. Applied Research and Photonics Inc. has developed a way to harmlessly penetrate paint layers using terahertz reflectometry. With this technique, a beam of terahertz frequency radiation is fired into the paint to measure its thickness and the size of embedded particles. The researchers have found that a non-ionizing terahertz beam can penetrate the paint layers, each one tens of microns thick, and bounce back at a different intensity depending on the thickness of each layer encountered, all without damaging the paint. The reflected beam's intensity measures the thickness of each coat of paint down to tens of nanometers. The new technique could be used for testing paints and how they react with different surfaces. Other potential applications include detecting lead paint in buildings or analyzing paint on artifacts and antiques. Health and environmental applications could benefit from the terahertz reflectometry technique as well. According to the researchers, with the study of the structure and layers of skin, it could lead to early detection of skin cancer.
An innovative ultra-thin lens could lead to more affordable IR thermal imaging cameras. The 1 millimeter thick silicon Fresnel lens was developed by researchers from the French aerospace lab ONERA, French thermal imaging sensor company ULIS, the Optical Institute, and the French National Center for Scientific Research. As silicon is less expensive than materials traditionally used in IR cameras, such as germanium and chalcogenide, photoprinting or molding of the material can be used to create such lenses inexpensively, the researchers say. The prototype lens has a 130-degree field of view and performs well in low light conditions. It is effective in the long wavelength IR realm from 7 to 14 microns, making it sensitive to differences in temperature. Fresnel lenses typically have not been used for broadband imaging due to chromatic problems, but this new prototype is a cross between lighthouse and diffractive Fresnel lenses that uses deep concentric rings to reduce chromaticity. The researchers admit that at this point, the new lens does not provide the highest resolution. However, it can effectively reveal the presence of a person even in low light settings. This makes it suited to surveillance, particularly in homes, offices, small businesses, and the dark alleyways around them. Additional testing is now being conducted to make the new lens more marketable. The research is published in Optics Letters.
The annual conference on lasers and electro-optics next month will once again feature the Technology Transfer Program. Join us this week on Thursday, May 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for a preview webinar. We will talk with Uta Staderman, co-founder of the German startup Stratotherm, and Amy Phillips, Senior Licensing Manager for the Technology Transfer Program at the University of Arizona, about some strategies for researchers looking to turn their discoveries into marketable products. Visit photonics.com for more information.
That's it for this edition of Light Matters.
Email us with your questions or comments at lightmatters@photonics.com.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.